Hey guys, it is Fort back today with a new video. I'm here to talk about this little drama that has happened in the zombies community. And what I mean little, it pretty much is little, but I'm gonna make a video about it because I put myself involved with it because it's stupid. But MZC, one of the key figures in the zombies community, said Activision is asleep at the wheel. Zombie numbers on their socials have been absolutely decimating multiplayer in Warzone this year. Give Treyarch a blank check and unlimited resources to develop the mode already, right? Because he posted a photo. Season three's trailer for the Shattered Veil, right? That new zombies map coming out had 230,000 plus at the time of the screenshot. Wherein Warzone has had the least, where the lowest was 14K and the highest surprisingly got to 220K. But that was only showing how Verdansk was rebuilt from the ground up. Everything else has been so little, right? And they're putting so much focus into Verdansk. Where zombies, people want to see more of zombies, and it hasn't been shown pretty much any love, right? But he wasn't talking shit about Warzone at all. Not, Warzone solely. He was saying how multiplayer in Warzone is getting all this promotion, and zombies is getting pretty much the bare minimum, right? This guy came out and said, in reply to him, saying, Warzone had virtually no updates for almost a year. It's hard to not work out why social interactions are down. Speaking of interactions, how's the Easter egg completion stats going? Last I heard, the mode's dedicated Easter egg couldn't get 12% completion, less than 8% standard. Lol. MZC replied, So triggered for literally no reason. I play every game mode for Call of Duty every day and enjoy all of them. Resurgence is the shit, but just being honest, Warzone won't likely exist in 5 years after Verdansk doesn't yield the numbers that Prime COVID era did, and they failed to reduce skill-based matchmaking. Right? He's just saying points on why Warzone probably won't last as long, and why they're getting so much, promotion time and money spent on that, but yet it probably won't be around for the remainder of probably Call of Duty's life cycle. Right? The dude then replied saying, Triggered, oh look, an internet parrot repeating silly words. Prime COVID era is impossible. Your comparison makes zero sense when most of the world were at home and now they're not. Easter egg completion rate is horrendous and any other industry would can it. That's being realistic. Warzone kept the franchise going. It's fucking hilarious. Zombies players want to ignore out, right? Hold up. Want to ignore out of this world. Oh, ignore Warzone now. Oops, I'm reading it wrong. Out of this world, SNPs from Warzone, with the fact they're getting their largest ever zombie offering and they still complain. Isn't he also complaining how Warzone isn't having any updates? But Warzone has been the main focus of Call of Duty for the last, what was it, 2019? That's 2025, for the last 6 years. Let's keep going. MZC replied, Easter egg completion rate is up by 120% from Cold War. So it seems like they're trending up rapidly, right? Easter egg completions. But Warzone has been trending down and will continue to do it after the initial boost of Verdansk. Warzone made no impact on the longevity of COD and would still be a top seller without it. And he's not wrong. Call of Duty has been a top seller with and without Warzone. Black Ops 3, top seller, no Warzone. Black Ops 2, top seller, no Warzone. Infinite Warfare, top seller, no Warzone. If Modern Warfare 19, all the way to now, had no Warzone, it would still be a top seller, right? Let's keep going. The dude said, "You're just using the 120 stat to hide the fact the jump is from 4% to 12%. Don't debate numbers and stats with me. I'm the wrong person to try it on." What do you mean? So if you know stats, right? If he knows the stats and he's the wrong person to try it on, so he should know that Warzone is going downhill compared to zombies. You know what I mean? That okay, let's continue, right? He said the Easter egg completion rate is the equivalent of 15 players in every battle royale match. Just don't even go there, period. Quote unquote top seller. He said, "Sorry, how was Black Ops 4? Now, now. I'm gonna look this up real quick. Oops. Let's see what it says for Black Ops 4, okay? Ready? This is what it says about Black Ops 4. Black Ops 4 grossed over $500 million in worldwide sales within the first 3 days of release, despite physical retail sales for the game being the lowest in the series in a decade. But then again, it was the best-selling digital launch in Activision history, surpassing Call of Duty World War II 2017. So it may have never been the best physical copy, but then again, at that point in 2018, everybody was buying stuff digitally and not physical copies at all. Nobody was buying physical copies for games in 2018 like that. Don't get me wrong, there were still people buying it. Like, I remember in 2018, I got WWE 2K19. Because that's when 2K was doing the year prior stuff for WWE. Right? Like the year later, but the game came out the year prior. Whatever. I got that physical. Same with Spider-Man, right? But at that point in time, people were still buying the game digital. And shit, $500 million? And you're saying that's not a top seller? That's a lot of fucking money. Just saying, right? And the estimate number sold, right, is about 14.3 million copies. It is the best-selling video game of October of 2018. So, him saying, "Sorry, how was BO4?" is nonsense. That makes no sense when you could literally look up, "Hey, is Black Ops 4 a top-selling game?" And it says pretty much 90% yes, and the 10% of, "Oh, it wasn't the best physical release, but it was the best digital release." He just invalidated his. Well, actually, didn't even invalidate. He just made a logical point. No nonsense with that point. And so I I replied to him because it was being stupid. I said, "quote unquote, don't debate with me," because he sounded like, the nerd emojis, how they put up and stuff. I was like, "Don't debate with," like, what? Whatever, right? I said, "quote unquote, don't debate with me. The only reason Black Ops 4 didn't succeed was because you had to buy a $60 game for it. Well, BO4 Blackout. I didn't say just Black Ops 4 itself. I said Black Ops 4 Blackout. My fault. Let me reread it, right? I said the only reason Black Ops 4 Blackout did not succeed was because you had to buy a $60 game for it. The only reason Warzone succeeded was because it was free. It's been going downhill ever since Warzone 2.0 came out. And making Warzone pretty much the essential to every mode, like multiplayer and zombies, makes it bland and boring. Warzone has nothing going for it at all. Call of Duty is a top seller with or without Warzone. And another reason why Warzone didn't have anything for almost a year is because they messed up so much that they're trying to bring back old stuff to bring back player retention. But it's not working with all the bugs and how bad it is in general. Nobody really wants Warzone, right? He says, he replied to me saying, quote unquote, nobody wants Warzone. You have invalidated your entire point by generalizing every single COD player as having your own opinion. That's ridiculous, egotistical. Fuck, I almost fucked that up. Egotistical and illogical to even attempt to assume. I mentioned BO4. You mentioned Blackout. Warzone's predecessor. My point proven. What point was fucking proven? Blackout didn't do good, but Warzone, I mean, not Warzone, but, well, yeah, Warzone did better than Blackout, but Blackout didn't do good. But Black Ops 4 sure as hell sold a lot of copies to make up for it. You know what I mean? Did it have the player retention span? Probably not, but Vanguard didn't either. And still, Vanguard was a top seller game too. So, saying that, oh, Black Ops 4 is not a top seller is a understatement. You know what I mean? And then he's like, you invalidated your entire point by saying what every COD player has on their mind, right? So if every COD player says they don't want Warzone, that includes the fucking people who play Warzone. Because they're COD players. It's called Call of Duty Warzone, not just Warzone. Because there's multiple games with Warzone. I have WWF Warzone. Is people from that game saying, oh, we don't want Warzone? That makes no sense, right? Is the fact that Battle Royale has become Call of Duty's, you know, cash cow, and that the fact that nobody wants it to be what Call of Duty is only about. That just pretty much ruins Call of Duty, right? Making zombies feel like Warzone is not good. That's making it where, oh, you just want people to play Warzone, but it's now a different mode. That's why they did Modern Warfare Zombies, and that didn't do good. But that's Modern Warfare Zombies. Now, Black Ops 6 Zombies is doing pretty good, right? People are playing and people love it. And I also love it. I think it's very fun. I think it's enjoyable, and I really love how it is presented. But I do hate the Warzone aspect. I do hate the shield, the plating and stuff. I felt like if it was like Cold War, where if you ran over the place it heals it up, that would have been better. But they did it where it's like Warzone. You get used to it after a while, but bringing in Warzone's essential stuff that made Warzone unique into your main game makes pretty much, like I said, no sense. They should keep it separate. Like they've done it before. Why can't they do it now? You know what I mean? But I'm not trying to say Warzone is, horrible by all means. I don't like Warzone personally because I just don't like a battle royale aspect in Call of Duty. I've just never been a fan. I liked Blackout, but I still wasn't a fan of it, right? But Warzone has been going downhill. If you can't see the point that Warzone has been going downhill, why are you having an opinion? I know everyone can have an opinion, but like, it pretty much, your point is non-existent. Because if you said, oh, don't debate numbers with me, but Warzone is sinking, pretty much, in a sink or swim situation, everything else is swimming but Warzone, that, debating numbers then isn't your key thing at all, right? And yes, he did mention Black Ops 4, like he said, But he tried saying Black Ops 4 wasn't a top selling game. But if you could look it up and it was a top selling game. So, what numbers did he see that showed it wasn't a top selling? Now, was it Call of Duty's top selling game of all time? No. But a lot of Call of Duty games isn't like that. Did Vanguard outsell Black Ops 3? Probably. Probably not. Did Black Ops 3 outsell Black Ops 2? Probably. No, probably not. Shit, Black Ops 3 has the best. Well, not the best. Well, it is, in my eyes, the best because I'm a zombies player. But it has the most sold DLC content, I think, on PlayStation or just in general. But it has the most sold DLC content of all time, right? I'll say for PlayStation. Has the most sold DLC content for PlayStation, right? And it's still getting bought to this day. And that DLC released in 2017. Black Ops 3 released in 2015. And it's still selling a lot of copies, right? So, your point makes no sense. If you don't do the research, what is your point at all? Because you have none. Literally. Like I said, this was stupid. It was funny to me how he was typing it, but it was stupid. Because you can't just say, you know, I know numbers, don't debate it with me, but then you don't know numbers at all. That makes no sense. That if you're not doing your research, just don't debate. They're pitting stuff into Warzone to make it like it's Warzone focused, but it's not. I don't know. Give me your guys' thought. Hope you all have a great night or a great day whenever you guys watch this. It's been Fort. Peace.